Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is caitom and today we are building a blue family cabin. Just know that I'm only calling it a cabin because the reference picture said it was a cabin. I think it looks like a cabin on the outside at the very least. Not so much on the inside, but when do I ever match interiors and their exteriors? Anyways, as you can see, I am just about done with the shape of the house. I don't think I add any more bump outs, maybe besides like a chimney if I haven't already built that. So yeah. Right now I am actually building this on the Salty Paws lot in Brindleton Bay. It's on the pier, but I do end up moving this house to a lot with grass. But that's like after I finish the inside and all that, so I do apologize for having it, be built in a different area. The lot that I move it to is actually called the Bedlington Boathouse. In my notes, I typed that as Bedlington, and that does not sound right. The lot that it is placed on later on is a 20 by 20 lot, and if you do not have the Brindleton Bay world, you can always place it in Newcrest. I know they have a 20 by 20 lot in the lower neighborhood. So yeah, a little bit about this house. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and can sleep technically 2 like parent sims, assuming your sims will actually scoot forward because the double bed is pushed up against the wall. You'll see once I work on the interior how the second floor where I put the bedrooms is shaped kind of oddly, and the rooms aren't that much better. And the second bedroom actually has 2 single beds, so you can sleep 2 teens, 2 kids, or 1 teen and 1 kid. Whatever your heart desires. Yeah, right here you can see that the rooms are like 3 tiles by, I want to say like 5. They're, generously long, but not so much wide. Right now I have actually finished the floor plan. Surprisingly, the floor plan for this house came pretty easily. With the way that the house is symmetrical, I guess that's, a given. And the way that I have the sections of the bump outs, it's, easy to follow. Anyways, of course, the first room we start off in the house is the kitchen. I originally wanted to start furnishing the room you enter into, but I realized placing a living room there was not really optimal considering how much other space I would have to decorate and use. So I do skip that entryway and work on the kitchen. Right now I'm just scrolling through the catalog trying to find whatever clutter I think would fit. And as you can see, the tile that I'm using in this kitchen is a bit of a funky base game tile. I'm not sure if I have ever used this in a build. I think I've tried to many times because I think there are items that I have that I think would work nice, like these red Parenthood counters. I think with my reshade they look a lot redder than they are. I think they're a bit more orange without the reshade. And if you're wondering, I do use reshade, and it is the it is Duff 2.0 by Kindle Spice, which will be linked down below if you are curious and interested in getting it. Anyways, I am still cluttering up the counters. I think this took quite a long time to do. I'm just nudging some little pieces side to side, like like not even an inch. Just trying to see how I can line up the items without it feeling so liney. I wanted them to look a bit more naturally put, not so no, not the right word. Maybe just not so in a straight line. And with the way that this base game tile is, I wasn't sure what I wanted to put on the walls. So on, I think 2 of the walls, like the exterior walls, I do use Parenthood tile. I do realize there's a lot of pattern and color in this section of the house, but don't worry, I want to say that it lessens as we move on to the other parts of the house. So yeah, I've now moved on to the bathroom that is connected to the kitchen. It's right in between the staircase and the kitchen. So your Sims coming down from the bedroom, I mean, it's not that far of a walk. There is a bathroom upstairs, and there is a second one down here, a lot larger, really. And it has a shower tub combo, which is a plus. Just a bit weird that you have to go through the kitchen. I probably could have put a smaller bathroom downstairs and a larger one upstairs where all the bedrooms are, but it's okay because it's The Sims. Anyways, as you can see, I was trying to figure out if I could place a circle table, that particular one coming from Jungle Adventure, but I do think that it was a bit odd to have that size of a table with only, like, I don't know, max 4 Sims living here. So I do opt for a Parenthood table with, I want to say, cats and dogs chairs, but I do take a bit to get there. As you can see, I'm just, again, scrolling through catalog, seeing what I can add that kind of has colors of red to kind of tie into with the cabinets. I do fail with the curtains though, because I think I've used the cats and dogs curtains a bit too frequently in my opinion. Nice to branch out and not have such repeating items. I would like to mention this small little detail with the curtain rods that come from Desert Luxe. I use them as I believe the word is a windowsill. I haven't said that in a while, so I'm not sure. Just because I think the windows looked a little plain, and this was an idea I was considering putting into my other builds, my previous ones, but I think I was trying to limit how many packs I use, so I don't do that. That little windowsill accent I do try and include on all the windows that have like the bottom exposed. So I believe I do it in the entry room, not in the living room, I don't think, and I think the master bedroom. So you'll see whatever little items I can add. As you can see, I have moved on to the living room. It is adjacent to the dining. I'm trying to I'm trying to remember what the word is. Like, it falls off, it shoulders off into well, from the dining. Also, I think because I am building this in the cats and dogs world, I'm like using as many cats and dogs furniture items as I can, like the chairs, this fireplace, the couch set, but also just because I don't think the style of the other couches would fit. And as you can see, I'm using a lot of sepia, light brown. As always, I think that'll just be a reoccurring color in my builds, but it's okay. right now I'm just trying to find a rug that would possibly fit, style wise and size wise. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm forgetting these words. You know, it's a bit late for me. I should be sleeping right about now. And no, I won't tell you the time because this is a bit much. But I will say it is a winter break for me. It has been for like a week now. I was just busy with my siblings, you know, hopping around the house. So it really feels like a winter break now that my younger siblings are also on winter break. As you can probably notice, there is a TV that I try to add not on the fireplace. I was considering, you know, not including a TV on the fireplace because I'm pretty sure that's what I did in my previous build, and I don't really want to repeat whatever I do from my previous builds that I post. But inevitably, I do include that TV on the fireplace and just put a regular table with some clutter. I do include that little seasons item on the right. You are able to use that to decorate your house, like add some Christmas lights on the eaves, not the eaves, the roofs, the eaves of the roofs, your fences, your foundation. I was considering kind of adding it to this house, but I don't think it screamed Christmas. The reference picture was like more autumn anyways, so I think it's fine. And now that we've moved on to this little entry room, I would like to say that I know I built this shape of this, but I wasn't really thinking what kind of furniture I would add. So I do turn this into a little entertainment room, mostly music, because I think that it's just easier to include a bunch of music items. And right now you just see me messing with the placement of that little sofa and that lamp. The lamp coming from Cats and Dogs and the sofa coming from Cottage Living. And right now you see I'm adding more decoration on the windowsills, the fake windowsills that I have. I put some, I forgot what they're called. No, it starts with a G. Not Gloria. What? I don't know. It's some winter season Christmas decoration that comes from Seasons. And I would like to add that I do not add a rug in this room. I didn't think I could find a rug that would fit the style and not make it look really weird. So I do leave the floors bare. I also leave the floors bare like in the little hallway, like right next to the stairs. So I think that could use, I don't know, like a table or a runner or something. And I have now moved on to the second floor. As you can see, I tried to have the like a little stair railing. No, that's not it. My mind is a mess right now. I'm so sorry. Forget about the stairs. We're gonna talk about the kids' room. So these beds that I'm using come from Parenthood, and they are in like relatively similar swatches. Same color headboard. There's white in the sheets, and there's blue in those pillows and purple in the other pillows. And you know, with purple and blue being like right next to each other on the color wheel. Of course, I then have to turn this room into a mix of white, blue, purple, and like accents of yellow and orange, just because of the tiny living dresser I placed beside this bed, the one with the plain white sheets. And a little about these Sims, I do imagine one of them, this one, to be and the sports, just because the posters that I use from Parenthood have that hint of yellow that I use. And don't mind me putting these tissue boxes all over the desk. That was just so I could freely place the tissue box in the back of this desk, which comes from City Living. I think it does well to kind of divide the space just so it's not so samey. I also use different colored curtains to further divide the room. But I then use a rug from Cats and Dogs and increase the size of it just so the floor isn't so bare. And this is the parents' room that I mentioned previously, where I had the bed pushed up against the wall. I could have opted to have it centered just so there's like a little room for your Sims to walk through, but I don't think I would have enough room to place bedside tables, which I really wanted to add. Don't mind me just going downstairs. I was placing a thermostat. Seeing as I've used season items, I might as well place a thermostat. I don't think I placed one in my last build, so yeah, it's fine. I knew I wanted to include a computer in this build, so I do place one in this parent's bedroom. Instead of putting maybe like a wardrobe in that area, a computer is more functional than a wardrobe, I think. I'm not sure why, or I don't know. I'm not sure how often Sims players use wardrobes. I know in my personal gameplay, I just don't, and I don't usually include them. Right now I'm just adding some clutter. To be honest, I didn't really think much about the Sims that lived here. I just kind of make things up as I go. So the Sims the parent Sims that do in fact live here, I would imagine that they're into gardening. You saw me place those little gardening tools next to that fishbowl on their bedside table. And later on I do place some planter pots and planter boxes, just so there's a nice contained area for your Sims to plant their crops. Although it's not really much of crops, but more of, oh my gosh, I forgot to place a cat bed. I totally forgot you can, okay, so I have everything but a cat bed, which means this house can actually include a cat. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Don't worry though, I will be sure to include that before I upload this build onto the gallery, which if you wanted to download will be under my ID, caitom. As always, I will post all of my builds on my gallery. So yeah, I've now moved on to the outside, and if you noticed, this is when I placed my build on that grass lot, that 20 by 20 Bedlington Boathouse. I believe a starter home is actually where this house is, but of course I had to bulldoze that and place this one. I do some finishing touches to the exterior just to kind of spruce it up a little, like these planter boxes that come from Cottage Living, and the curtains that I try and make them look like shutters. Yes, not shingles, but shutters. Landscaping was a bit of a struggle. I think I'm landscaping this in the season of fall, so most if not all of the plants are dead, and the leaves are they're very sparse and not very green. A lot of red, a lot of orange, which it's fine, it matches the background. With the preview picture, I don't think it looks very pretty. Anyways, as we are nearing the end of the video, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Honestly, I hope you've enjoyed just watching me build this house. I think the interior is a lot cuter than its exterior. But you know, that's just me. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope to see you all on the next one. Bye!